Good night, everyone. Today is Tuesday around 10:20 p.m. New York time, and we're gonna go with a daily technical video day. Guys, this market is losing the rhythm. In other words, that's a process that happens when a pattern of a top is gonna happen. Most of the time, you can see the market like lose like the kind of the rhythm when all the pairs goes together. So, having said that, that doesn't mean that you can have still some pairs that runs in favor of the old trend. That can happen, but I see after doing that day today, we see many positions or pairs that they are not supporting. That technically they are supporting like a more risk. And also we see some pairs that they are already turning in favor of the risk trade. So, having said that, let's start with the charts. We're gonna start tonight with the dollar oil or oil. As you guys see, at this stage, we believe that oil is gonna reach this trend line right here again around, I would say, 92. That also is related with the first leg at the equal legs 91.76, and from there a possible drop can take place. What do you see in oil? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In other words, you see 5 swings from here, which means that a drop in oil eventually is gonna happen. Now, that's oil. Now let's move on to the US dollar index, because I was telling a friend that something is wrong, is not right, and we have switched the count to something like this. This is the bullish one. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This count do not means that the dollar is bullish. Of course, if you're gonna see as it is right now, it's a nest of 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Now, this also can be the case for being A, B, C, W, S, and a C wave flat. That's why I still expecting a move higher in the dollar, but I wanna see the dollar how it react after the new high. Why? Because that's gonna be most likely the last count to the bearish side. So I wanna see the dollar reacting for the new high. That is, it looks good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like the dollar to bounce from around 76, 77, or even 76.50 before going higher again. Now, again, this can be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and higher, and that can be the case for the bullish count. Also, it can be A, B, and Z when you got 3 ways here, 3 ways here, and 3 ways here in a form of a flat, and it can be creating like a leading diagonal. I was telling DV, a good friend and good waiver, that there is something is wrong right here, because usually you can see like the Aussie, the pound, Aussie, pound, New Zealand, all those pairs can have what we call a contradiction with the US dollar index. In other words, you can see the cable doing a zigzag or a double zigzag when the index did a regular zigzag. But usually the euro follow the dollar like a dog, and because it's being half of the dollar index. So technically the same, the dollar follow the euro structure as a dog. So, but what we see right now here is that we see a euro that has dropped in 3 ways. but a clear three ways, because remember, the euro make a new low right here when this one did. So technically this is no, we have another low below here, making the case for ABCWS, ABC, I'm sorry, S, and higher now. Now, having said this, I'm seeing that the dollar index is, I mean, they are not correlated, because the structures, they are not the same, and that doesn't happen very often. That's been my point. Now, that's about the dollar index. What we are expecting is still more strength. But guys, I'm gonna show you things that I have seen today that I don't like it as a dollar bull. Alright? Now let's move on to another pairs. Okay guys, on the individual pairs, let's start with the euro dollar, as always. Well, the euro dollar, it looks like out of your blue right there, out of your side, it looks like we are in a wave 4 right here. Now, what you're expecting is another low minimum to 134.37, which is the equal legs. Let me contract it a bit. Is the equal legs from here, W, S, and Y. Now, what happened? That in the euro case, we can label this as, in the euro case, we can label this as an AB better than in the dollar, because this move did not happen on the dollar so deep. Right here, if you take the FIBO levels, we are almost at the 50% in that trade. Now, having said that, there is another scenario that I'm going to bring out to your attention, which is A, B, and a C wave flat to complete A, and now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's an alternative, and I just mentioned. Anyway, do not matter. We still see one more low before a recovery in the euro, right? But keep that in mind. Now, going back to the euro and the 1 hour, we just did a video. When we did this video, when we believe that this move that's happening is gonna end around these levels, around 47 and 25, something like that, 36, and it's gonna be three-way backs to around 137.47. We probably is gonna cash the order right here on the euro, cash the 60-70 pips, whatever is profit right there, get some peaks and repost it later to the higher level. All right, that's about the euro. Now, what do we believe that is not right in this market? Let's start with the dollar CAD. Look at the CAD. The CAD looks like it's gonna make 5 ways with it from the top, which is telling me that a dollar weakness comes after a possible recovery, and that's no dollar bullish. Of course, it can be a flat. If we take a look at the 4 hour, the CAD right there looks like it can be doing a flat when we got 1, and then we got A, B, and we're going lower in C to around 96 or even 95.84. Possible, agree. But this is telling me that the CAD most likely he already found, it's already found a secondary top right here, and that's telling me that Aussie is gonna go higher, New Zealand is gonna go higher pretty soon, and the S&P is gonna go higher. Even the dollar can go higher. I'm sorry, the oil can go higher. So keep that in mind, guys, because this is a three-way move followed by another three. That's with a new high. That's either correcting on the daily or on the weekly, or this is a flat. That's the only bullish structure allowed from the dollar, and the dollar CAD is a flat, usually flat. And I don't like flats in wave 2, but well, that can be the case. Now let's keep moving to another things that is telling me that something is not right in this market. Is the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand, it did A, B, Z. Also, we didn't get extension, and because we didn't get extension, guess what? It looks now like New Zealand either found a bottom here at the 76.4 of this move, and it's gonna start nesting before going higher. Against no very dollar bullish right there. Aussie, it looks better in some degrees, but Aussie right here, it looks like A, B, and it looks like it have a triangle wave 4 right here that it should trust lower. But guess what? The area in Aussie around 101.20, that's a good area to get long, because there is no extension here, guys. There is no extension in that area. So that means that Aussie can trade higher. Let's say that Aussie goes to 101, equal less comes at 109, very close to the top. We need to take a look at that and look at with that type of eyes, guys, because something is not right. We believe a bounce is coming in risk in some degrees. I mean, we don't before we determine which wave of the bounce is, we would like to see the reaction of the dollar from the high. We would like to see how the dollar react from the high before we get to draw a conclusion. Now S&P, right here, what we see is that most likely this is going to happen, and S&P is going to go to 1250. That being the case, that's going to take the bounce that we're seeing it coming. That bounce can be in place very soon. So against, guys, even though, like we say today, we like the short on the euro only because of the reason that the euro dollar is the euro index is calling that short. Otherwise, we won't be short euro, because there is nothing that I see. I mean, if it was for the dollar, it's very questionable the move in every pair, to be honest with you guys. So let's leave it there. Let's wait the data. We closed the euro dollar, the euro pound trade, but we still open with about 55 pips on the green on the euro dollar. So let's see how it goes right there. We're probably gonna close the trade around 136.36, 136.20 area. Okay, guys, let's leave it there. Thank you. Have everyone a good night.